just get here already. All right, well, for all of you guys that care, and that means you, Mom, I feel better this week, which is a very good thing because I was feeling really icky this week. So now I can really focus on E3 because trust me, I got E3 on the brain. I'm on the phone constantly like, hey, come on, bring your game to the show. So anyway, as I said last week, it's going to be an awesome show. I did want to reiterate the fact that Friday of E3 week, Kevin Pereira and I will be hosting during the X-Plays Best of E3 Awards, which has been very good for us in the past because sometimes we have this, I don't know, slightly predictive quality about what the best games of the year are going to be. A couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, it was Resident Evil 4. Last year, it was Call of Duty 4. Didn't win Best of the Year for us, but let's just say that is a damn fine game. So anyway, wanted to say that and use it to kind of touch on some of the games that I'm keeping my eye out on and that you should be keeping your eye out on as well. There's some obvious ones. You have Gears 2, which is really looking good, and of course you have Resistance 2, and those are really two of the bigger, stronger kind of action games out there, but you also have your Spore. Remember, Spore's coming out this year, and for a lot of people, that will be like the only game they buy this year, and probably for the next 5 years. It is that impressive. But I also want to touch on a handful of games that some people aren't giving as much attention to. One of them, and we're going to have that on our show on Monday, is Fable 2. It's definitely, I know we are very used to how Peter Molyneux makes a lot of promises and can't deliver on it. Well, he's very careful not to make those promises unless he can somehow actually show it. And that's why I have a lot of confidence in this game. And, the first one, while not perfect, definitely was a fun game to play. A couple come from EA. Yes, believe it or not, EA's got some very interesting titles. One of them is Dead Space. A lot of people, when you first look at it, might think, hey, survival horror. Well, fact is, that's actually not the case. Because, well, it's survival horror, but it's a very well-designed game that's going to feel very unique from the genre. Another one that's also from EA is Mirror's Edge. I don't think I can say much about it. It's going to be on our show on Thursday, and Dead Space will be on Tuesday. But Mirror's Edge, definitely want to be watching that one. Another one that no one's really paying attention to, Far Cry 2. Yes, it's a shooter. Yes, it has nothing to do with original Far Cry, which, given what Crysis turned into, I think is a very good thing. This one's really intriguing because the game, yes, it takes place in Africa, but it's a shooter, but it's an open-world shooter. Maybe not as vast as GTA, but you can take missions, you can violate aspects of those missions. It's a far more dynamic game than just looking at it would let you know. You really have to understand more about the game, and of course, we're going to have that on the show, and you're going to be seeing that one on Wednesday. Going through some other interesting ones on the list. Another one I'm really intrigued about, and that is Infamous. Obviously, I've read a bit about it. I have not seen this game in action. It comes from Sucker Punch. I love Sucker Punch. They made the Sly Cooper games. I cannot imagine more of a 180-degree turn from the content of Sly Cooper to the content of this game. Open world, dystopic. I cannot wait to see this one. That one's going to be on Wednesday's show. The other one is also coming from Sony. Little Big Planet. I talked a lot about it on the show. Morgan's talked a lot about it on the show. I cannot get enough of this game. Even if there were not television cameras in front of me, I would still be playing that game, as we will be on the set, and that's going to be on Wednesday's episode of our E3 coverage. That's just a little bit for you guys to key into. I want to point out that if you go to g4tv.com, you will find a listing of all the demos we can tell you that we're going to have on the show, listed out day by day. It's a list that overwhelms me. It makes me slightly giddy because, once again, the next 365 days, the next 365 days might be some of the most awesome in the history of gaming, and I cannot wait for next week to show you why.